Hey guys, would you like to discuss the best Transformers series ever? Good, then let's talk about Energon. Energon was the second show in the Unicron trilogy, the sequel to Armada, and the very first Transformers experience for a lot of us. I even remember it was episode 5 for me, and I loved every second of it. This series was the starting point for me as a Transformers fan, so I'll be glad for that forever. But we still have to be honest here. Because among the fans, this specific series is considered to be the worst ever Transformers media of all time. First of all, if you say that, you don't know anything about the real worst Transformers media, and we're not gonna talk about it. Second of all, it isn't that bad. I mean, it isn't that good either, but let's just separate these two things real quick. The very first problem was the American version, which was literally a mess with unfinished animations, constant name changing, missing episodes. Of course it's gonna be bad. So we have to check on the real original Japanese version called Transformer Super Linky.
What the hell is a Linky?
We have quite a few things which was really good about this series. The overall premise about a space adventure where our heroes have to stop Megatron to resurrect the evil god Unicron, the character motivations at the beginning, the different planets, and yes, they made the toy models and the characters the same again, just like in Armada. And don't get me started on the power link feature, that was just so goddamn good. You can transform and combine two different characters into one robot, which doesn't make any sense story-wise, but sure it was fun as a toy. You can even mix and match different robots to your liking.
Oh, I have a lot of ideas to combine with other Transformers, if you know what I mean.
So why do a lot of people say it's bad? I think there are two huge problems with this series. The first is the animation. No, I'm not talking about the cel-shaded design, which is a different story. I'm talking about the actual animation where our characters have to move on the screen, and that was awful. They were life-size bricks running around all the time. By the way, why are you running? You literally have wheels, just transformed for Primus's sake. It was janky as hell 98% of the time, the remaining 2% were the transformation and power link sequences, which were cool, and the hand-drawn animation sequences, because the cel-shaded animation wasn't good at the time to make the facial expressions. I know Beast Wars done a much better job on that, but that was a different and much more money-consuming animation technique back in the day. But I think the real problem with this series was the execution. How did they mess this up so bad? I have no idea, but they dropped the character motivations halfway through, they repeated the story elements over and over again, it was super repetitive after a while, and sometimes it was stupid as hell, like the flying cars in space. But I think overall it was an enjoyable little adventure with a lot of pros and cons. If you are a newcomer, I don't think you're gonna like it, but if you have any children, they're gonna have a really good time with this little series. And finally, after all of this really long introduction, we can finally check out my very first Optimus Prime, Fans Hobby Energon Commander, aka. So let's take a look at him with my partner Ravage.
Did you know I was in this show as a Terrorcon? I was young and needed the money.
First, let's check out his vehicle form, which is extremely chunky. I know it's not a fan favorite version, but I just like the uniqueness of it. We actually have a lot of colors, black, white, red, blue, chrome, and I know it's childish, but that's the point, it resembles a toy first and foremost, and a high quality one for sure. It's a sturdy brick on wheels. Yes, I'm biased here, but for a good reason. He's so stupid and lovable, he's literally the meme from Ant-Man.
He's so ugly! I love him!
Unfortunately, my copy is missing the Energon star from the side. Maybe it wasn't included, maybe I lost it, I have no idea. But of course, there is no Unicron Trilogy Prime without a trailer, and I'll be honest, I don't know about this for a really long time, because other than the very first episode, he didn't even use this thing, only the components inside, more on that later. Love the shape of this thing, it's so unique, so sharp, and this specific version is modular, so you can tear them apart and you can build your own storage compartments. Speaking of storage, we have some special vehicles inside here. Ravage, help me out.
Fire 1, Copter 2, Digger 3, Submarine 4.
I love these little guys so much. The copter even got its own landing pad, like, I'm not gonna use the door, you bastards. You can actually play with these things. The fire truck has an extending ladder, the copter has a really tight but spinning rotor, the drill can drill and has working threads, please Hasbro, and the submarine has spinning turbines. These are just fun little toys. Make toys fun again, guys.
Make Transformers great again.
I want to send this back to the past because I would play the hell out of this guy as a kid. I love when they put small features, effort and care to these toys. So just to be clear, Fans Hobby,
I love the way you make them!
But of course we have to move on because we have a transformation to check on. So I think we adore the vehicle mode and trailer enough. Now let's take a look at the robot mode. And here we have Optimus in his robot mode, and I have to say he's even chunkier than before. It's literally a giant brick with limbs, the proportions are all over the place with these thin arms and legs. He's ugly as hell, and I love him. He's not perfect by any means, but at least they try to make him unique. Thanks Primus, his backpack is nice and flat, and he can still stand on its own, but yeah, just be careful not to push him.
Question, why is he looking like he consumed every single Energon on Cybertron?
Yeah, he can easily play the role in the scene when he asks, "Hey Inferno, are you gonna eat that?" No. Well, may I? Oops. But of course we are talking about Energon's blocky design, and I think they nailed it perfectly. He's nicely posable with the ratcheting joints, the colors are still really good, he even has an interesting included weapon, and also we can't forget his little companions. And that's where we're gonna complete the look of this set, so let's combine these little fellas with the big boy himself.
Optimus Prime Super Mode! Our links!
And here we have Optimus in his which is a freaking Megazord. The colors are all over the place. It's such a mixture of a bunch of different vehicles. I love this asymmetrical look. We should have a light up feature at the chest, but unfortunately in my copy it's not working anymore for some reason, and Silver is sad.
Then Ravage is happy.
He's bulkier now, but he can still do some really good poses, and if we want, we can even mix and match the different components on his limbs. We have so many options with the combinations, it boosts the playability a lot, it's just a fantastic toy. Yes, I'm biased, and I don't care. For some size comparison, here he is next to Energon Inferno, Energon Wheeljack / Cliffjumper / Downshift,
As we said, constant name changing.
Fans Hobby Armada Optimus, and of course the inimitable MBP-10Z Weijiang Masterpiece Optimus Prime. What can we tell about Energon Optimus in the end? Well, this is...
Silver,
What?
you were biased enough. We're gonna give him a justified objective score.
Fine, what is your score?
Well, I will give 5 Autobot symbols out of 5.
Yes, I will accept this because the previously reviewed Armada Optimus is a better toy overall, with more play features, better design.
Better cartoon show.
That's a topic for another time, but now we have to establish that this specific iteration of this specific Optimus is a fantastic toy from Fans Hobby. It's so high quality, we have a lot of modes, lot of options, play features, posability, tight joints. I even like the design as well, so a huge thank you to my lovely fiancé. What a wonderful execution, they nailed it again, and they already announced a Wing Saber figure as well. I can't wait to get my hands on that guy as well, so if you like what you just saw, I can highly recommend this fantastic figure as well, because without any doubt, this chunky Optimus Prime is absolutely worth it.
Well then, 2 down, 1 more to go.
Oh.